Okay, 1 second, everybody. I thought I had the scene ready.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pop it up.
Yeah, we're just changing. We just resetted the video because it's just easier for us to like split the two different gameplay stream footages like this when we upload it up to like MA's YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, because we don't have any video editing software, so
Yeah, unfortunately, of course.
yeah, we can't afford the Vegas Pro professional video editing software, you know.
I'm gonna drag it down here, just so we can see it from up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now you guys should have the audio.
Yeah, let us know if the audio isn't loud enough or doesn't sound clear enough. Just let us know. I am watching the chat live right now, so I'll try to make sure I'm responsive to everyone's comments.
Oh, dang it. Hold on.
What?
Okay.
Do you want to turn the voices off?
No, there are no voices.
Wait, really?
Just for, like, the animated cutscenes. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Alright. The official voice acting for Kazuma has nothing on my wonderful Russian, Japanese, Slav boo weeb. Gay ace. Prosecutor edgelord.
Hopefully this works good. I'm like testing it out on the PC here, so it should run well. If it doesn't, that means we're just gonna take a quick moment to like, yeah, that's at 100%. Capture Steam, yes. Sorry, give us just another moment here. We will get started in a second.
What are they gonna do?
I need to deactivate that.
Can't like say no to you on the chat? Can't they got no power over you? Why do you fear the audience? You bow for no one except me. Because I'm the one in control. I just want to add, I hope everyone's having a nice night or nice morning or anything. I hope y'all are relaxing and chilling. Yeah. Hope y'all are doing okay.
Yeah. Turn that off.
Oh god. Herlock Shalom.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what? White people have been making fun of being unable to pronounce non-English names, so I get to, like, make fun of white people's names. I refuse to pronounce this. Herlock Shams.
Goodness.
Her boss, girl boss, Hurl boss. Shol. I explicitly remember the accent I gave for this man, which was Brooklyn meets Australia. Terrible Brooklyn meets Australia. I can pull it off. I can pull it up in the recess of my mind because I have no shame.
It's just like dropping a little bit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just want to do your do the switch then?
We can try it, but hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, okay, I get it.
Hold on. I think I'm just gonna like turn it off of like the full screen because it'll still be a pretty big
Yeah.
PC config. Just set it to window. Hopefully that should make it a little bit easier, at least on
The computer?
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully. I can strain my eyeballs a little bit to read the text.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. He's a great detective.
Yeah. Oh, I want to turn on... what is it? Gameplay... Transparency, low.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
There we go.
Yeah,
that way it's more legible.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
Perfect and...
Alright.
Yeah, it looks like it's stabilized, so that's good. Okay.
Perfect, okay, so
Yeah.
it really was the full screen mode.
Yeah. Actually,
Alright.
does that mean that if... Hold on. Oh, fuck. Not what I meant to click. Sorry, everyone. We're just fumbling along. Can I turn it back up then, or...
Do you think it's gonna lag?
Hold on, I'm just finagling. Sorry.
Whoops a doodle. Thank everyone for your patience. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate the patience.
Yeah, I think it was just the full screen mode.
Okay, that's not too bad. God, you're gonna see me do the voice act. You're gonna see my facial expressions when I voice act, because I sometimes really like to do facial expressions.
Transport record? Oh, it's... Oh, wait, no. History. There we go.
Alright.
Alright. How does the game audio sound here? Does it sound pretty good for you, Jamie? Yeah, it's fine? Okay. It's a little loud? Oh. Okay, I lowered it a bit here. Let me know, is that better?
She says it's perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
Hey Moscow, we just started. We just started like setting up the configurations for the visual novel. Lovely, well-acclaimed asexual representation of the great Ace Attorney.
Can't I like hide the taskbar? I know I can do that as a setting. Just so I can like give us that extra little room. No, that's not what it is.
Taskbar settings, maybe? Show taskbar on all displays. Maybe.
Weird. Got rid of it on the second screen.
Huh, okay. Well,
Oh wait,
there
no,
it
I
is.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. We're good.
See?
We're good.
Oh, I know my computers.
All right. Oh, it's like gone though. If I click.
Jamie says, "Does Ace Attorney say attorney rights?" Wait, fuck.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
It's that one.
Right. So I'm speaking here. So you're a great detective, are you? Sorry. What's your name again?
Indeed, I'm none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. I'm ready to hurl boss my way here.
Oh, I see. You're German? Airlock, was it?
No, I have no hair. I mean, I have a hair, but please call me Holmes.
You can read all about my exploits in this exciting
don't do that.
publication. Oh. In this exciting London publication.
Oh yes, Rant's Magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from great...
Do that.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Damn
It's gonna peak if you do. Oh, what
Okay.
the heck? Okay. Oh shit, I skipped. Hold on.
No,
Before you read it.
No, I read that.
Yeah, I said before you read that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's go back to 16 by 9.
Okay.
Sorry.
No
I just don't
worries.
want the stream to like jitter.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So that's why I'm kind of fiddling with the settings here.
Sorry, y'all,
about
we're
that.
playing Ace Attorney through Steam and not through our Switch as usual, so it's a little bit of a different setup and we have to be very careful about the lag.
Okay, there we go.
I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes? So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then?
Indeed I am.
And you've read so many of your own stories? You've started to think you really are a detective?
Oh.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you're taking me for. Your inference is backward.
Backward?
My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
You have a biographer, do you?
Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson. Bazzetli's keeping shop and...
Dr. Wilson?
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Huh. Why, at this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
I never take an Ace Attorney game seriously. Good for it calling itself out.
Oh, you're a detective? Name all the murders ever, says Mosca.
That's good.
Oh wait, hold on. Chat displays aren't showing.
Really?
That can be fixed by doing that.
I love that you're on top of everything. I love it.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
Tess. Alright.
Cool. Okay, sorry about that.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form.
A science?
Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of the muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arms, fingers of the skin. All these things are data.
Right.
And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is without fail the truth. As I had demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can he look me in the eye and claim that?
So you see, I have a term both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the number one her
Cause him us death. Our little bog chimp is dead.
Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Did I mention to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. He was none other than the great detective before you now, Sherlock Sholmes.
Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
I looked at your journal, and let me tell you,
He bonks him with a stick.
you're going to horny jail.
Oh, goodness.
Alright. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Shalom's was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruto. Naruto!
Ugh.
The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? 2 facts, you say?
What are these 2 facts?
Alright, let's ask for the facts. Give it to us.
He's like,
Facts don't care about your feelings, Ryunosuke.
What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came in the cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. First, let's be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand, but what were they?
Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
Oh, yeah. Hope you have a good one here, Muska. When you come back, pizza calls.
yeah, pizza calls. Wait, so then that's, Oh.
Do you really think that Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
He's a Slav, boo. Of course he is. Of course he can.
Yeah.
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their heads for this young man. Russian.
Kazuma was Russian, was he?
We called it. I was right. You see, my accent predicted it.
Jupiter playing the long haul.
Yeah.
Initially, I considered Garderobe maybe the name of the killer, a certain Robert Garde, perhaps.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Oh, nice. Hope you enjoyed your pizza earlier, Jamie.
Yeah.
But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least.
Where you find Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly.
Quite so, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Why is it that I'm Russian too?
It's because he's white. He's like, he's gonna like,
I'm not racist, I just don't see color.
Oh,
I don't
goodness.
see race. Everyone's white to me. I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted.
oh, he knows. He knows they were boyfriends that shared their own outfits.
And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea.
And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong.
I took a photograph of the victim in the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. This.
totally not gonna traumatize Ryunosuke exposing his dead boyfriend's corpse.
Yeah.
This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed.
Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
He looks sleepy.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Can I ask you something?
That's me.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes?
What, pray?
You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said it was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that.
Yeah, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth.
Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think?
No.
Certainly, if it interests you.
How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded with me, I mean?
No famous the accurate traveling document you find yourself in.
Actually, it was the other detail that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part?
Yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. You know, I've been accusing a lot of Russian revolution. You're not really special here, buddy. Here we have this morning paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary Villain Burshkiv flees Russia via Shanghai.
Bolshevik. God. I could not.
Yeah, villain. Bolshevik.
Bolshevik.
God.
God, I wonder who's the villain. I
wonder
wonder
if he's evil.
who's the villain.
God, imagine being born and it's like, you, villain.
This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered.
I almost slipped into a Russian accent there by accident.
Since when was Kazuma Russian? He sounded Japanese from the last I recall. Not some Russian / German weird combo thing you did.
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
Sorry.
No, he was just a Slav boo. He was just really into Russian, but at least he died, people mistaking him for Russian, so he achieved his ultimate goal. Alright. He died as he was, simping for the Russians.
Goodness.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik.
Hey, welcome back to the stream, Muska. Hope you're doing well here. So,
yeah, no, they immediately believe that Kazuma's Russian. They're like, he's Russian, he wrote Russian words. There's no way it could be Russian, and you're Russian too. Everyone's Russian. Everyone's a Russian revolutionary here. Is what basically your her boss Sholmes is doing.
Gosh, it kind of reminds me the scene of him with like the the bloody fingernail and finger and the message. It reminds me of what is it? The Apollo Justice like little clip of like showing Romain Lettuce like dying with like a half-written sprawl of blood saying, "There's no clues here."
Oh my god.
No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at this face.
I know, right?
Look at this face.
You are a fearsome revolutionary, after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Please.
And I might add, your names do not appear on the ship's passenger list, and I say more.
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
I was a stowaway for my gay Russian lover.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? I didn't know there was a tower made of entire crystal.
Oh goodness.
It's the fuck. What's the construct in paratopic? Or not paratopic, pathologic. God fucking damn it. It's like the Moscow. You know what it is, what I'm talking about.
Yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds of the man at the portrait thus far and those he was plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
And what was the part where you just said I was returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Oh boy, wonder why Afghanistan's war-torn. Who could have guessed? Colonialism.
Yeah. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place?
It's in the, it's in the Middle East, right next to, that other Middle East country. Here, take the paper for yourself. It's a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you.
I absorbed all of this of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. You may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back?
Yes, try over it sometime if the interest takes you. Though you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it, but
Where's
I
Cosmo when you
suppose-
need him?
But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there's a hint or two.
What were you investigating?
Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
Kazuma? Yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim.
You know, I realized his voice turned into like a smoker's voice, basically. A high-pitched,
Yeah.
squeaky smoker voice.
We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London Diary? Kazuma's keeping notes of the trip. But... I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
You mean you've read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I do a smattering of Japanese.
Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is.
Eat this, Whitey. Eat him, Susato.
Susato-san? Aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Noruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair.
Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonged to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray, be precise as to details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy, a smattering.
He only knows like, Nani?
Sayonara, Banzai, Mikado, Nado Nado. I trust you suitably impressed.
Gosh.
That was good.
That's what I think it said.
I think it was perfect.
But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters of which I can read precisely none.
You can read Russian, but you can't read Japanese kanji.
Yeah. Muska says, I see I'm about to see some of that trademark English racism.
Sorry, that peeped there.
So, what was all that showing off about before then?
If you would be if you would be so kind to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just two short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound?
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
The ventilator grill, you say. The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin.
Latisse.
The lattice.
That's a funny word.
My favorite salad.
Yep. Yes, the adjoining cabin.
Oh, this seems easy to like prove we're innocent. I'm assuming we like show the newspaper to the sailor, dude, because he seems obviously Russian.
So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. If I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door? Which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our mind rebels at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I tend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think, perhaps, that we could go with you?
No. That'd be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
I'm glad that your rest will reveal the answer.
Oh, these.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No?
There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever, do what you mean. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point.
Oh my god, he is a hurl boss, a haslighter, and a hate keep.
Oh gosh. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago.
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
Of course, the woman's gonna say it. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. No, not really.
So, what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are.
Well, anyway, that was then and this is now.
What do you mean?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you're the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor's as twisted as his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
Hmm?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can...
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up. You're just gonna roll over and accept your fate?
Shinji! You're just gonna... Sorry.
No.
Sorry, I just watched End of Evangelion, so it's on my mind. Honestly, I'm gonna hot take. The movie's fine.
Oh, yeah, I think it's fine too.
Anyway. Oh, as if you just gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
I betcha that, like, the reason why he wrote wardrobe was to make sure that Ryunosuke was not locked in a wardrobe for days, I think is the thing of why I wrote that. Either that or it's a red herring.
Maybe.
But I like to believe, you know, that Kazuma in his dying words thought of his loving boyfriend and was like, I must, and he's like, oh shit, the help's Russian. Ugh, wardrobe! Let my boy out!
I think it's definitely a situation where they probably saw him, like, asleep or, like, passed out, and then we're like, oh, well, here's a way out.
Yep.
But, yeah. This situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this, and bring the real culprit to justice.
I'm pretty certain we're supposed to show the newspaper to the Russian dude.
I think we need to check our court record, just to see if there's clues. Because we have this here.
Oh yeah, we do. We look nothing like him.
I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian.
No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says.
The bear of your floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with the fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, "Oh, the revolutionary villain Borshkiv flees Russia via Shanghai."
Yes, you told us that before.
It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale.
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome!
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he?
The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he need only shave it off.
I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes.
What's the thing below it, though? That's a good question.
No.
Like, maybe the specific picture?
No.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so it's like...
Oh. Yep. Gosh, I wonder who that might be. Another villain? Question mark?
Maybe.
This game told us to not trust white people, so I'm going with that.
Goodness. This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it.
He's confused. He's like, I find her aesthetically attractive. Am I a fraud now?
I'm glad you noticed this article.
That was a very
awkward sound.
Oh, that was awkward. I just realized it. Well, I was like, ah! That's it. That's the better one. Ah!
Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappeared from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlovna.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
You and me, Ryunosuke. You and me.
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some it's worth a lot of money.
28,000.
No, 20,000 rubles.
Which was it rubles actually pretty?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember if rubles is actually like that valued during this
know.
era. I don't know.
I guess that's what
I don't know
we're
the
asking.
currency. Yeah, I don't know what the currency standard between monetary like.
Yeah,
prices.
especially in this era.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They requested international insertions at all ports with sailing.
Oh, sorry.
Could this be another case of Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I guess everyone's Russian.
Yeah, they're rushing out of there.
I'm not even
But
going to
I'm
dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
Cool. We updated the record, and I think that's probably it, though. Just
Yeah.
the front and the back.
Maybe there's something behind the diary. Oh no. Okay.
Okay, so it's just that.
I find it weird that like Kazuma is recording his last. It's like almost creating like a horror case like story with his diary entry. Maybe check the tiara.
It's interesting that we can check this. B. It just looks like the word B.
It's VC.
Lay your eyes on this girl bossing in despair.
Yep.
Okay, let's still examine some then.
What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two.
Looks like a cat toy.
The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Natsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he?
And then it gestures to Kazuma's fine collection of Matryoshka dolls.
Oh goodness.
And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue.
Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin.
Oh.
Oh, look over there.
The crewman. Do you mean he wasn't there before, was he?
That's what I thought.
Why don't we try talking to him?
Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again, but I suppose I could try.
He's gonna be like, please be nice to me, Woo.
Is that...
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no. It's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir?
Yes? What can I do
for you.
You gotta do a Russian accent. Come on, I'm committing to this. You gotta commit to this, please.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yes, what can I do for you?
I recognize that face, but it can't be.
It's a boy.
It is.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga!
Hello again.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I think I should be in my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope!
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and boarded the ship.
He is doing
Again?
All the undercover
He's,
work, huh?
he's just gumshoe, I guess.
Yeah.
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. That
I
means he
never
must know Russian if he's
Yeah.
that good at undercovering.
Probably.
I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation.
Right, let's speak. Nope, not that. That.
It's a boy. Look at him, it's a boy.
So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
That's classified.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility.
For what?
My orders were to act as Osagi-san's bodyguard.
Huh?
It was the Minister of Justice Jugoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Osagi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
Assassinated? How? How could that even be a possibility?
I'm not sure, but these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jokoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Cosmo-san was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first class deck.
Wait, this was first class?
Yeah.
This wasn't even worth it. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I am a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize.
Inspector.
So if there's anything at all that I can do to help you now, just say the word.
We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves.
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer.
Of course not.
We really would like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? A I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with the piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the position and pursue the...
Yeah. Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. Alright.
Mosca says
This dress is business, son. Not a kink.
alright, let's present some evidence.
Maybe the journal.
Yeah.
Oh wait, whoops. Wrong button. Sent.
What's that?
It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of spectacle band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A spectacle band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that, but what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
He's astute, knows many disguises, but is still useless.
Goodness.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin.
That's right. So, if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at that moment. I'm stuck here until we arrived at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? Aren't you going to need... Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do.
Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select...
In the way, hey ho, murder we go. Hey ho. Avenging our boyfriend, we go.
Goodness. Alright. The SS Buria first class cabin passageway.
Whew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in the first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation and steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there!
Jeez, I
That's
wonder
another
what that
crewman
blue
keeping
thing's there
watch.
for.
And he looks enormous, even if he's sitting down.
Sorry, my throat's starting to get a little bit.
It's okay.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation.
Mosca says,
God, that man is dying. The retirement benefits must be so bad.
God.
I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose, like people in handcuffs.
Naruto-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you used... Sorry. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard, and ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
I don't know if you should be using the word trunk. It feels like it implies something else. It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please, don't give me that pitying look. Alright, let's examine that.
Jeez, I wonder what little things are for.
It's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing, no reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the
You
compliment.
probably can't understand us. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report.
Wait, so what is the language in that log? Because does that imply that like they can read other languages besides Japanese, like maybe English, or?
Yeah, because
They aren't going to Britain, so I guess I'd assume they know some English.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I mean like the Ryunosuke.
So our boy
and,
Cosmo
her
is a
can-
polyglot, probably. He knows Russian, he knows English, he knows Japanese. He's got it all. He's got all the weeaboo phase languages he needs.
This looks like the plan of the SS Berea. It shows each deck. Look.
The Berea is a large-scale steamship with a triple thin-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering!
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal just doesn't sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Buoyancy. Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
Is it? Or it is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they're enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the seas since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so.
God. I was like, oh, she's gonna explain the scientific term of buoyancy, and it's like...
She's like, God made it.
I wouldn't expect that not Maya is a crazy Christian.
Yeah.
That's the way of the second-class area of the ship.
I'm assuming we're gonna get there eventually in like the next
Yeah.
phase.
Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for
Oh no,
me.
he's going suicidal now that his boyfriend's gone.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I just started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Cosmo's death remains a mystery anyway. She's like, I bet they would kill all of you.
They kill you and they would give you a proper burial
No,
because
they
they're
kill.
racist. Oh.
Like, kill Hall because they're on the ship.
Oh.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stolen murderer.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm sorry to trouble you, but could you perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid!
Oh.
We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
I'm not a sailor! My mother gave me a name! I am Senior Crewman Beef Stroganoff! Beef Stroganoff!
Mm-hmm. Whew. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think.
Okay, game. Okay. So
Oh.
almost goes says that man is wanted in 16 countries for 16 different things. Don't fuck with him.
Let's just ask him. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area.
We are in finest port of Buria steamship for very important persons!
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens, traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you into the ocean, but Stugravna is not animal.
Thank you?
If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Sogi's currently occupied?
Da!
Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no.
Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Alright, let's ask. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next door, or next to Mr. Sogi's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Reynolds. He is a very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure of that?
Mr. Roylott is an authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly students from insignificant Far East Islands.
That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business.
Right, let's ask about last night. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff?
Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is said about student boy.
Where were you on watch last night? Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Niet!
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all.
And didn't you hear any strange noises? Or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no!
Sorry.
I'm sorry if I'm like peeking the mic. I hope I'm not. I'm trying to give emotions here, but I do not want to, hopefully, not causing this mic to peak.
Yeah. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Okay.
So maybe he's like guilty that maybe I think he took a nap. So like between that time, he didn't notice something.
Maybe.
This is enough. I can't say no. I can't say more now.
Oh.
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
Yes, Alright.
Book at the second class area stay locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain or as the English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Wow, what an asshole. Good, now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely.
Cool. So that means we should be able to... Oh wait, maybe I need to examine it.
And maybe we need to go to, like, the other door next to us. Maybe?
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled fan emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help to solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
He's gotta have like an exotic pet, and that's like the trained assassin tail.
Maybe. It kind of feels like it's gonna go in that route, to be honest.
No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying.
Well,
Okay.
Did you see the mousetrap?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how to
Pretty soon it's the next thing.
click over. Oh, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, please, I hope our audio is not peaking and everything. Let us know if we are sounding too loud or my mic is, like, causing it to pitch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh,
What are you doing to our horse? You mustn't touch it!
but this is an emergency situation. Look at these handcuffs. Handcuffs.
You know awful well that that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
Ha! I wish everything would just stop, this ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else.
Aye! What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
It's such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Stand aside.
Stand aside! I'm about to break the door down!
Mr. Sholmes!
I shan't be stopped. When the fist's on me, I reveal and kick doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't? Then how, to the deuce, can I dispatch this muscular itch with prey? Can I kick?
He's like, where do I dispel this white rage?
No! Kill him.
On you, lowly woman.
I'm joking.
I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
I swear, if this is like walking into a naked lady, I'm gonna hate it.
Musk says, we can't stop here. It's David Jones' country.
God. Oh no!
Who are you?
Wait, I don't like that voice.
That's the same one as Ouchie!
Yeah.
A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of a good tone.
A woman? Don't be absurd.
No, I don't know. That's kind of like the same
Don't
voice.
be absurd!
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't be absurd!
Well, that's
As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin.
the Russian's got a British accent.
True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But if that's the case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now!
Please accuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsy Warlord, I perceive.
Yes, that's me. And you are?
I'm the one and only, the actual Sherlock Sholmes. Almost in a copyright claim there. You heard of me, no doubt.
No?
I'm a great detective among great detectives, one who adorns and covers the popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely.
This man uses that magazine like a business card? Oh my god, we are getting robbed by Communist Santa.
Man said ACAB. We stand for Roylolt. Roylolt.
A detective? Huh, I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within those walls. Unless it's something if it isn't something consensual, you know, we gotta step in. I'm sorry, bro. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So, would I be as bold to ask you to open that small traveling case?
What? Don't be stupid.
Oh, he is a parrot.
How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
He has a parrot, doesn't he?
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk.
Don't look at me.
Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruto?
Yes, the case just shook. Leave, now, or else I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Grimsby. Mr. Grimsby Roylott?
He knows!
There's no doubt about it, this strange Russian man is hiding something.
I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
Well, let's do an exam.
I love it. Just, you know what? I do that too. If I was in the crime scene, I'd just be like, I'm just sliding.
Yeah. What do you think you're doing? This is my cabin. Get out!
Could we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps?
No!
What a pity. I think we're out of luck.
I think you're right.
There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do.
I agree, but there may be someone else who can help.
Quick, we need to get our
Perhaps I
token
agree.
white boy to white splain away, mansplain. This man's man pain.
Yeah. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Holmes? Or Sholmes?
You need only address me as Sholmes.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there?
Why, I was resting, of course.
Resting?
Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service.
Oh!
And it would seem that the hour is upon us now, that the time's come. Am I mistaken?
Well, no, actually, you're spot on. For once.
Observe closely. Our Russian host in his cabin, Mr. Warlord, is clearly trying to hide something. You know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians.
Right.
Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it?
Oh, yes, please!
Well, what are you about to see may, astound you. For I'm about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
I'm glad you took this, dude, because I could not do these.
Could this man be more acne-eyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness?
I don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone.
That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. Its bias is the judgment.
Shh! I must have complete silence. I must mansplain this all.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What? What do you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Look, I know you're ugly, and a lot of the characters here, I don't want to be biased here. You end up being villains. I'm sorry. That's the rules of the game here. Using those shears, you're about to extend the existence of something most dear. I cannot.
Huh?
And number two, the other conclusion I've drawn.
You look ugly, that's how it works, says Mosca.
Yeah.
That's how it works. You are, at this very moment of this, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize that you've been discovered.
Come on, he was gonna cut off his beard and look less ugly.
Does it not?
Ugh.
Oh, Naruhodo-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' greatest deductions with my own eyes!
That was a great deduction?
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he could deduce all there is to know about a person!
What? What ineffable twaddle?
Oh, yes! I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand! This is a dream come true!
I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Shum's conclusions were right? How? Oh wait, how could you?
How can I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I do cordially invite you upon the journey of logical discovery and let us board the train of reasoning. But plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
The great deduction! The game is a flop!
The old man's identity. So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place? It's the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring at us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begs is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have a clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspapers, in particular, the fascinating front page article. Which, it should appear, you have read also, Mr. Royloth. I'm sure it need no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik Flees Russian via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are a fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand? Conclusion, a revolutionary on the run. Topic 2. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yeah, Mr. Reloit, taken unawares, people have a proper setting to let their eyes stray, you see.
Oh,
And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the fugitive glance fails. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. At this time, I think that the case be open and its contents laid bare.
no, I refuse.
What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps? One slight enough to fit therein.
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'eil betrays you, but once again, we need to follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refused to open your traveling case can equally be found in the passages of this newspaper. For those, there is another, most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page, renowned prima ballerina of the Novich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a deadline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction, and according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. So, the conclusion, a kidnapping of a young ballerina. This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the Russian enigma, Elemensky.
Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment?
Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about your deductions. Would you mind?
Not at all, go on.
Well, to start with, there's this newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other.
Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at that time, I believe I told you. That's the man that is a revolutionary. Will be able to revolutionize his own appearances.
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Wood does look more like this man than you do.
That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina...
Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman.
Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she?
You mean you don't know? No, the young lady's 15.
No, I didn't know. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case.
Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain laziness to their bodies.
Vinegar?
Oh, it's the snakes. It's the snake oil salesman.
For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case.
Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionism in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus.
Mr. Norohodo, something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his power of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Susato. I can't even tell who's the clown.
It's just one of those two keywords in his deduction that seems to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactically switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some keywords in his deductions?
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
Precisely the thought I was going through in my own mind.
This man is a lot of work.
At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me!
It's not that funny.
Hey, my good fellow.
Sorry?
Take a moment to look at your wrists.
My wrists? Cue animation.
Oh my god.
Why are your handcuffs?
Huh? How did...
I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dances of deduction.
I don't believe it.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel!
Don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.
So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
I actually was coughing there. God.
So the... Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'm not breathing. Sorry. I need a glass of water right now.
Yeah.
I got a water bottle, thankfully, right here for this, because I knew it was gonna be like...
Yeah. You just got quite a lot of voices back to back.
Look, I'm having a lot of fun with the voices, but like, God, especially when I do Herlock Sholmes and I'm trying to make him sound like a smoker. It does put a little strain on my voice. Surprisingly, not too much strain, but I need to like snip the strain before it gets worse. Okay. Yeah, I hope everyone... Yeah, no, I am okay. Don't worry. Don't worry, Jamie. The life of a voice actor is knowing when to like take care of your voice and take a break, and I'm just like out of water. I'm good now. I hope everyone is enjoying my voice acting for this. I mean, I'm having fun. By the way, let me know when you're tired and you want to, like, stop.
I think we should go...
For, like, another half hour?
Well, I was gonna say, let's wrap, like, the deduction here. Like,
Okay.
kind of this sequence.
Okay. And then call it a
Yeah,
day?
and then that'll
That
be
sounds
it
fair.
for today.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Alright, this guy's Russian, he's ugly. That's the reason why he's my main culprit here. Bada bam. Evidence 1. The Shias.
I feel like this is just kind of the tutorial of how we need to, like, press them. Similar to, like, the Magatama kind of, like, scenarios.
I kind of actually like this. Like, I think it's a much more interesting diegetic
Mhm.
thing than the Magatama. Because the Magatama is more magical based. This is a lot more like, okay, just we're in
You're
this.
saying anime isn't real?
Are we supposed to like swap the scissors to the newspaper?
Mm-mm.
And that, well,
I think
it
it's
was
whenever
highlighted.
it had, like, the question marks
Oh,
of, like,
God.
huh? Yeah. So now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an... I don't know what that word said.
Implement.
Yeah.
You're trying to cut off his beard.
So the answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were lying on the verge of the shears to cut away a copious beard you sport.
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt it's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me.
This doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylett either.
Which means, I suppose, that deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch the keyword here, Norohodo-san, and see if it helps matter.
Alright, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylett.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. We do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Shulm's deductions better. So basically, we're just doing all the work.
Mm-hmm. Then what?
Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we can even use to switch around in the last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott going to use those enormous shears for? Alright, what was... Oh,
No.
okay.
It's not the beard. I don't think it's the. Oh. It's hair, isn't it? It's the hair. That's it, it's that, right? Like.
Maybe. Yeah, it definitely is.
Golden. What? Oh, it's it's. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like we've got, like, the ballerina girl.
I love it. I love this so much.
You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks, you sport.
Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair currently does not befit of an old man.
You're not a man at all. You're a woman, and judging from the length and sheen of your hair...
One still very much in her youth.
Oh no! If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
The question that begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have a clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary.
No, it's the article about, again, missing ballerina, obviously.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious for this one.
Yeah.
Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry, I thought that was like.
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you danced around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business. Now strictly come-
Yes, I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's just focus on the next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true. Given that Mr. Roylett is actually a woman. Or what?
Yeah. Exactly. He or rather she can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because of the deduction.
That's my line.
Oh,
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else, something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best.
So then we use the document.
Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying our voice acting, Muska. And then Muska says, what the actual hell is this scene? It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right.
That's right. You hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Nolovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina.
Miss Nikolina Pavlova.
Oh!
My drag king race is over. I will never be on RuPaul because of you two.
God damn it.
You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. I'm just gonna keep this voice because I don't know.
If she had her...
Or
The nickname for that name, I think, typically is Nika. Or... I think. Never mind.
whatever.
Yeah, it's just weird. She goes by Nina.
But please, I beg of you, don't tell anyone.
I really want to go to RuPaul Drag Race so bad. I want to learn oil fracking. It'll make me more money than being a prima ballerina.
Now, as for my secret conclusion. You are at this very moment on the brink of committing the most grievous crime.
Oh, did she actually murder Cosmo?
I think it's too early to say.
Oh, yeah.
And the proof of this crime is over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taking on awareness, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Oh, I already read these lines, okay? So, ma'am, just tell me what's in the box. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies here in the period of Glance Falls, your suitcase.
All right. Yeah, Jamie, we're just gonna finish this sequence here about like this basically kind of deduction thing.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be the end of the stream.
Yeah, so I believe like legit these last 5 minutes or 10
Probably like
minutes.
5 or 10 more minutes.
Yeah, hopefully this is just the tutorial deduction. We'll be done and we're just gonna...
If you do need to like, you know...
Sleep. Literally sleep.
Yeah, definitely don't feel... don't feel obligated to like stay if you really need to sleep, of course.
Yeah.
This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly, she can't be inside that traveling case as well.
No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all.
In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again.
You seem to look pleased, Naruto-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around Mr. Sholmes?
Stop it! Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to.
You're already going after another white twink, another Euro twink, after Kazuma just died an hour ago.
Wow, look at this dazzling tiara.
I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, you think?
First off, those wouldn't be diamonds, they're amethysts.
Well, actually.
Reina says, oh shit, she can't be two places at once. Indeed she can't, Reina. Indeed she can't. Oh, Naruto-san, try it on!
What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
It's far too beautiful.
Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently.
It's literally the tiara from ballet.
Yeah.
You dig this. Is there any... Yeah, maybe turn around a bit. Maybe turn around a...
Wait.
Oh.
Hold on. The bin.
Oh.
The waste paper basket?
Let's have a look inside.
Naruto-san! The poor etiquette to go through someone's rubbish, you know.
Those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly. We have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
She's like... Nina's like, hot girl summer's over, now it's winter somber goth girl.
Now it's winter solstice time.
It's winter soulless girl.
God. Okay. It's a very small case, isn't it? You can see instantly that no person could possibly fit inside there.
So, does that tell us that Miss Pavlova's telling glance in this direction was focused on something else?
If that's true, though, it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside?
Yes, I wonder why.
Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason, though.
Okay, what am I missing then?
Maybe turn, like I say, like just turn around a
Oh,
bit.
like this is kind of all that you can.
Okay. Can we go up? No, okay. Maybe turn to the other angle?
Yeah, like this is as much as it rotates, just so you know.
Can we, like, look into... Is there anything, like, closer to the traveling case?
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. So then... Maybe the book.
Oh wait, I can present?
So then it's not...
Wait, what? Oh! Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. So they... Fuck, I didn't even mean to do that then.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh, God,
Well,
this is
maybe
so-
there is actually paper in there that she's
Yeah.
hiding, so it could be that
Yes,
too.
present waste paper basket. It's the tiara. Obviously,
Oh,
she's
okay.
trying to conceal.
Oh, because it's a lot of money and she wants to
Yeah.
sell it for... She's
I just
probably...
didn't realize that they wanted us to present it
Yeah,
and not, like,
okay.
examine it and then it goes on to the next sequence, so my bad. When people want to conceal the evidence of their crimes, where do they put it? Oh, fuck. I'm not reading this in time. If you want to hide a tree, you put it in a forest. If you want to hide paper, you put it in a waste paper basket. Yes, the proof of your crime is here. Probably.
What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion?
Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular. So, I thought I'd contribute to the show.
This is my show, Mr. Naruto. Kind of perform any particular experiments on your own stage.
Sorry. Okay, well that sucks that it took away a point. Crimes come in so many different forms, that's the thing. How can we be so sure?
Mr. Shum's observational skills are beyond question, Naruto.
Miss Pavlova definitely let her eyes stray to something, and that something will explain it. We must look very carefully and try to work it out what she's looking at.
Alright, I'll investigate this area more thoroughly. I agree there must be something in here that will prove what this woman is really guilty of.
She stole the tiara so she could make money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame this lady. She probably wants a new life.
Mm-hmm. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara.
I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper. And if the reporting is to be believed, it is an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary,
The crime you have committed is theft.
oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
Oh, that was a weird sound.
Look here, we
We're
all
all making weird sounds here, it's okay.
This is my, like, anime girl tee sound. I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone, and I need money.
I'm sorry, Patrick, what's God?
But I didn't steal this tiara. It was all a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me.
This girl is really only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself? She must have been
Extremely lonely. That's why she's... God. Alright, I will tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now.
Come, let us not be hasty.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before you ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we're not very well suited to a life of crime, are we, you careless coot, blah 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 blah. I said this before and I said it again. Please, just tell me what's in the box. Just open the box. Just let me open the frickin' box. Here's the book on the shelf.
Oh god.
She's just a
Why is this
bookworm.
running so long?
It's gotta be the last one. Third time's
Yeah.
the charm, as they say. Third time's the charm. I'm sorry for everyone who wants to go to sleep. I swear we're going to end soon.
Yeah.
He's completely changed tack with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Holmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all of this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlolia certain didn't cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area, if that's where her gaze is involuntarily drawn.
I agree, that's the only answer.
Whatever she has hidden inside that case would have to be revealed by her following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase.
Alright, so it's probably that trophy, I assume.
Yeah. Can we look down? Is it always...
Hmm.
No?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay.
Yes, it's a trophy. Present.
Yes!
What?
Oh my goodness.
Ah, jeez.
You dingus. You fool! You're outright plebeian. You're
Yeah.
stealing my show here. Shut the hell up.
Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, that sucks. Okay.
Alright, there's gotta be.
Yeah, so then that was it.
I was thinking of the statue too, but,
Yeah.
maybe the warning? So, because it's all books on the shelf. Rules of passage. Oh, and it says no pets. She has a pet. She has a cat, and that cat killed Cosmo by doing it.
Yeah. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Indeed, that case of yours is something forbidden from the carriage on this vessel. This is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents.
I...
It's like a wild, it's like an exotic pet, isn't it? Because they're like, she has no money. It's like,
Okay, how can you afford an exotic pet, sweetie?
I guess we'll see. As we've seen the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord.
Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlovia. Inside your traveling case. Is the last item listed in the forbidden of the vessel rules of the passage. A pet.
Yeah.
she doesn't look 15 to me. Is the thing. The thing about this, like, model. If that's the case, then I'm wondering how, what stage is Susato? Because she seems pretty young to me then.
Mm-hmm.
If that is supposed to be 15. Because I believe Maya's supposed to be young too. Isn't she like 18 or 19 in the
Maya's
first?
like...
16?
She's like 16 or 17 in the first game. So, clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. Roylott, I mean. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You have said it during one of your ballet company performances in order to escape you from your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel.
Which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed?
Oh, that's when Stroganoff. Oh, this is like multiple murder case, isn't it?
In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman, and you didn't serve out your links with your past by serving yourself. Yet, to a woman's hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone.
Bruh, let her cut her hair short if she wants to. It is a pain to
Yeah.
maintain long hair. I understand the need to cut your long hair.
Yeah. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin?
That variable tinkling of a bell, why, none other than this young lady, naturally.
More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away from Shanghai. I was so sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself so no one would recognize me.
As a result, you transformed yourself into the questionable old man?
I put on a fur hat and a fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. Of me. I was so frightened. I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me.
Are you buying this?
So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door.
Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? I think.
Things do indeed happen like that from time to time.
Are those two even talking about the same thing?
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case?
You were right. It is my dear friend inside, my only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew...
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you, but in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night.
Yes, all right, I will tell you.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Was it something Mr. Shulman's great deduction?
It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed... has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Oh my god, I keep clicking the wrong button. Sorry
Indeed,
about
it
that.
is incredible. Ah, and one more thing.
Oh, yes? What?
Observe your wrists.
My...
Oh, your hands are cuffed again!
What? But how?
True to my word, I've restored your shackles.
When and why?
There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at that moment.
Can't it really?
Anyways, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what's the speckled band that Cosmo-sama wrote in his diary really was! Okay, I think we should
Cool.
end it here.
There we go.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. All
Good
right.
way to end it. We'll find out what is this pet. I seriously think it's an exotic. I feel like there's more going on than she's letting on.
It's gonna be a corgi.
You think it's a corgi?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Just that or a snake. It'll be either one.
Yeah, like I'm thinking actual animal try to kill him.
But yeah.
That's why I'm wondering, like, did she actually murder someone? Yeah, no.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us here, Jamie.
Yeah, thank everyone for, like, hearing me voice act and, like, going all out and having fun. This is just to be a chill stream.
Yeah. I hope everybody has a good rest of your, day or night here. Do take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.